Good afternoon, everyone, or good evening. My name is Angeline Constantino, and I am the founder and CEO with Let's Break the Silence with Angeline. And we are in our 5th season, episode 156. And today we are going to be talking about how my special guest and relationship coach, Lynn McIntosh, how she overcame narcissistic abuse and took her power back. So I am so happy and proud to say that Let's Break the Silence with Angeline. We are in our 5th season and we have grown immensely. And my podcast focuses on sharing real life stories of women who have overcome narcissistic abuse, domestic violence, and they share their real life stories and share how they stepped into their power and found their true purpose in life. So with that being said, please go ahead and subscribe to my podcast on Spotify. It's Spotify for creators now, Spotify, Google, Apple, and all the live streams that you listen to, including iHeartRadio now and Amazon Music. And we are live right now on Facebook and also on my YouTube channel. So please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Let's Break the Silence with Angeline. We are about 55 subscribers away from reaching 1,000 and want to continue to receive resources that will equip and empower you on your healing journey. So please subscribe to my newsletter. And you can go to my website at letsbreakthesilence.com. So before we get started, I am so happy. Let us know in the comments, what's been your biggest motivation in overcoming a challenging time in your life? So please comment below, what was your biggest motivation in overcoming a challenging time in your life? And if you're watching the live, please hashtag live. And if you're watching the replay, please hashtag replay in the comments. Okay, so about Lynn. So Lynn McIntosh helps men and women regain their confidence and thrive after leaving a toxic relationship. Lynn is both a certified coach and hypnotist with several years of experience dealing personally with narcissistic personalities. She is a co-author of 2 international best-selling books on empowering women to success, was nominated Woman of Inspiration Canada 2020, and will be speaking at the 21st Century Women's Entrepreneurship, Positive Psychology, and Wellness Summit in January in Valencia, Spain. She was selected Coach of the Year in her respective niche by the Rise to Greater Heights Network. And she's been invited to do a TED Talk and has attended conferences on narcissism in Dallas and Hollywood. She has also appeared on several podcasts and is one of our co-authors in the Change book series, which you will see right here. Okay, right here, the Change book series, Insights into Self-Empowerment. And I am so happy and blessed that we connected because of this amazing movement that is in 30 countries. And through personal coaching programs, her clients release their negative emotions, sadness, anger, frustration, loneliness, and learn how to regain their confidence and sense of self-worth so they can move forward into living a joyful life. A resident of Toronto, Ontario, Lynn loves to speak and is available to do interviews on subjects such as overcoming toxic relationships, dealing with narcissistic personalities, and increasing personal confidence. So without further ado, hi, Lynn.
Hi, how are you?
I am doing just wonderful. And how are you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks. Yeah, I live in Toronto, so it's sort of like getting wintry here, but Yeah, it's nice to be. Thank you very much for having me on your podcast. I very much appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, and my pleasure, Lynn. And what is the time and the temperature where you are?
Here it's about 5 degrees Celsius, which is what 40 degrees. It's about 40 degrees here. It's cloudy, and
Okay.
yeah, I think I'm the same time. I'm 2:45. Yeah, 2:45.
2:45 p.m.
I was going to say AM, PM. 2:40.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know if I would get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and do a live, but anyway, yes, it's 2:40 p.m. in Florida,
Yeah.
Southeast Florida, with
Mhm.
a temperature of 80 degrees. So I'm very
Nice.
happy to be here. And I moved from upstate New York, so I know what cold is like. But 40
Yeah.
degrees is not bad. That's
No,
not
it's not. It's a little warmer yesterday and today. Um, we had a little bit of snow last week, but then it's gone. So it's not too bad. Yeah, it's nice.
right. No, it's not too bad. No, it isn't. Not at all. Not at all. Okay, so let's dive right in because I'm really, really super excited for you to share your, to share your story. So actually, can you share a bit about the moment you realized you were in a narcissistic relationship?
Yeah, I think what happened was it was over time. I had had a very happy childhood, but then as I got into my teens and 20s, I was involved in narcissistic relationships, and I didn't understand why I was starting to feel a little bit depressed. I didn't understand why my self-esteem wasn't quite like it should be. I didn't understand why, I wasn't feeling like I did say when I was, 12 or 13. I was, very confident and hopeful. But then I started to become depressed and just not feeling myself. And I was wondering, like, what's going on? Like, what is this? It's nothing I don't think I'm doing. Like, what is the problem? And back then, of course, narcissism was never talked about, or it was talked about, but it wasn't emphasized. So, no one it wasn't really out there. So I went through quite a number of years going through these relationships and not really understanding, not really questioning anything, and not really knowing why these people were so negative. And like I'd come up and try, positive person and say something, and then they just shut you down, or they ignore you, or they demean you, or whatever. And I'm like, why is this person like? There's nothing that I don't think I've any, And then you start having self doubt. Like, is there something that I've done? Is there something that I've said? You start questioning yourself, because that's what they do. They want you to feel self doubt. So I don't know if there was one moment. I think it was, a bunch of moments all jumbled together. And then I came to the moment where I realized I had to do something about my mindset, because like I'm not feeling myself. Like I was functioning, but barely getting by. And I knew something was wrong. Like I just had a gut feeling. I'm not, I was constantly, I guess for some reason, I felt like I was after attracting these people to me. Like, am I attracting these people to me? Like, what is it? Like, why? Right. So it was all like a big, like, why? And it was every day it was on my mind. So one day I just decided, it was actually after my dad passed, I decided to do something, because when he passed, about 4 months later, I felt lost. I just felt, a big loss because of his death. So I decided to really up my game and look into this. People, why are people negative? And narcissism popped up, and I started, YouTubing it and research, and I thought that's what it is. It's narcissism. So, and I know you've had your experiences with it too, right? So,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. I was married for 23 years.
Wow. That's a long time to be with someone.
Long time. That's too long, but it was a long time. But a lot of times,
Long time.
yeah, a lot, we feel like ashamed. In other words, like we feel ashamed to take ownership. If
Yeah.
that makes sense. So
Yeah.
why is that?
You mean to take ownership for why we feel this way?
Right, correct.
I think,
Why do we feel so ashamed? Why do women feel so ashamed?
I
And
think,
why do they feel stuck?
yeah, I think part of it is over time, the narcissist makes you feel like, you have to accept my reality. Like your reality doesn't matter. So you're brainwashed to thinking that, what you're thinking is not important. Like you got to do it my way. So,
Hmm.
you know in your gut that's not true because you know your worth, but there's some reason why you just can't. Yeah, it's like you don't know. I didn't know what it was, and I didn't know who to talk to. Like I knew it was something with these people, but I just didn't know what it was, like and why it was happening. So yeah, they make you feel. They dominate you and they control you. That's one of their main trait is control. Number one with a narcissist is control. So that's what they have to have. So, being control, feeling control, walking on eggshells, being afraid to, yeah, like walking on eggshells. You're like afraid to say something that would, not agree with them, or you're standing up for your own opinion, like, oh, I better not. They're going to freak out, I better just be quiet,
Right, exactly.
And now that I've come full circle, like I realize like it's all just their projection. It's all just their inadequacies. It's all just their wounds that they carry and they project it onto us. And all this while, we think it's maybe us, but it's nothing to. It's as the Dr. Romney's book. It's not you. It's not you. It's them, right? But
right, exactly.
now I've come full circle and I can see right through it, like right through it like a window. It's them and it's their. Narcissists don't deal with their faults. They don't know how to introspect, right? They don't know how to say, "I'm so sorry," like I didn't do that. They don't do that, right? It's because of their false self, right? So the codependent or the partner is left feeling, what did I do? Like, oh, it's not good enough. Oh, when will they talk to me again? Oh, like all these things the stress they put you through, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah, like all these methods they have of hurting you. And yeah, it's just crazy. So I just decided one day I've had enough. Like I can't do this anymore. Like
Exactly.
a bit of
Exactly.
epiphany, I can't do this anymore. I'm not going to live this way anymore. I deserve more than this. I deserve to be happy. I know what happiness is. I was happy as a child. I know what happiness is. I know what joy is. I know what excitement is. So I'm going to find it again. So I went on this healing journey of my own doing, and it worked. So now I help others to heal from it. Right? Yeah.
That's great. That's awesome. That's awesome. Same with me too. See, we help women thrive and heal. So let me ask you this, because we talk about overcoming our demons. And what was the turning point for you, the moment you decided you had to reclaim your life? And what helped you take those first difficult steps towards freedom?
I think it was around 2008. I did a big. It took about a year to actually make some transformation, but I decided to just transform myself and just up my game and just do things to make me happy and up my mindset and realize that I am worth it. I am worth enough to be happy. I am worth it to have a full life. I don't need to do whatever, the narcissist says. I can do things, for myself. Just rebuilding my self-confidence, my self-esteem, and, and it's hard to do, right? When you've been years of not feeling 100%. Like it's hard because you're programmed to be the other way, right? And I'm not saying it's easy, but my program that I have, I mix fun with work. So it does take work, but I mix in some fun things too. I have a 3-month program called Find Joy After Leaving, Reclaim Your Life and Joy After Leaving a Toxic Relationship. And it's 3 months course, and they go through the healing it's my actual healing process. And I add some fun things in there too. So it's not all, serious stuff, but it is work. And I'm not saying it's not. And you have to want it. You have to want to not be the victim. You have to want to be the thriver. You have to want to be the one that says, I'm not going to do this anymore. You're not going to have this power over me. No, I don't care how you react. I don't, and I'm at the point now where I don't, it doesn't matter, because it's not about the narcissist and their feelings. It's about everyone's feelings. It's not just about them,
Exactly.
and that's what they project, though. It's about me, and it's all about me, and well, it's not, so yeah.
You're 100% right. They
Yeah.
make it, it's all about me, but it's a projection. I totally agree with you. And I'm so glad that you found your purpose and passion to create a course that is going to bring them on a healing transformation.
Well,
That's what it takes.
yeah,
That's actually what it
that's
takes.
right. Yeah, I had all the ideas in my head, and I had all the things that I did, but I didn't know how to really, I wasn't a course builder, so I teamed up with a girl that just builds courses. So we sat there for 12 hours, 3 hours a day or whatever, and I told her everything of my methods, and she would put it in making it as a course. So I work with a course builder. So between the two of us, we built the course, and yeah, it nothing brings me more joy than someone saying, Lynn, like what we did yesterday and that exercise I did, I feel so much better. Like I'm starting to feel myself again. I'm not afraid. I went out and bought that item that he said, don't you ever, and I went out and I did it, and I just feel so good. Like I just love to hear people when they are healing, and you can see their confidence growing, and you can see their self-esteem, building up, and it's just so it just makes me so happy, so.
Oh, sure, it does. It's
Yeah.
to witness that
Yeah.
is truly transformational.
Yeah.
And so empowering. Absolutely. So actually, so how did you go from feeling like a victim to stepping into your power as a thriver? And also, what role did forgiveness, self-compassion, or self-love play in your healing process?
I guess as I was healing, I was starting to feel more empowered, and I was going through my steps and my methods and my activities of healing. As the weeks went on, I was starting to feel better about myself. The guilt was leaving me, and the negativity. I was starting to feel happy, like really happy again, connecting. People saw what I was doing, like they could see, Lynn, like you're up to something. And then, successful, kind people wanted to help me on my journey and said, Lynn, like come to my event. We have speaking, we have networking. I was just a new coach. And she says, I'd love you to come. Like what you're sharing is tremendous. So, and then it sort of snowballs. You meet one person, and then you network, and then you meet another one and another one. And then I knew that like, this is what I really want to do. Like I want to help people because I've had other jobs like that, I've worked in fashion. I worked under an accountant. I worked in the corporate world, but I've never done anything like being a coach. So, and I love psychology. I should have gone into psychology because I love psychology. So,
Oh yeah, me too. I love psychology.
yeah, like why people do what they, so I love making people feel good. I've had all through my life, people come up to me and say, Lynn, I have a problem and I don't know who to talk to about it, but I feel I can talk to you. Do you have a couple of minutes? And I'll say, of course I do. Like, what's going on, And so I guess through my life, I guess people thought I'm not maybe someone they could trust, or they don't feel threatened. Like if I tell her that they're going to go out, and they didn't feel threatened by that or anything. So I've had that throughout my life, and I really truly do like taking people from negativity to joy and making them, that transformation. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure, you're the same, right?
Same. Exactly the same. I mean, I worked with a course creator.
Yeah.
Yeah. Business coach. And she built my 3-month course as well.
Yeah.
That was, a labor of love, but I did it.
Mm-hmm. And I want to give you like such credit for what you've done. And it's
Thank
amazing.
you.
I was reading your story, and it's like, it's just amazing. Like I give you so much accolades for doing that and standing up for yourself and coming out of that, that hole that they put you in. And you really deserve a lot of credit, Angeline. It's really amazing.
It is amazing. Absolutely. Absolutely. And for you too. And
Yeah.
for you too. And it just goes to show you don't have to feel stuck anymore.
That's right. Nope.
Nope.
You don't. And for years I felt stuck, right? And God bless me, I was functioning. I was going through the motions, but I just didn't understand why and I remember I worked at a corporate office, and I wasn't getting the promotions like I was in one area for so long. I thought, why can't I move up? It was because of, abuse makes you not as confident, like you don't feel, oh, I don't know if I can do that, right? So, but now I'm like, go for it.
Go for it. Exactly.
Just do it.
Exactly. And here is Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie. Hola. How are you? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Stephanie was a guest on my podcast show a few weeks ago. So
yeah.
I feel so emotional by your stories.
Yeah. Just cool.
Amazing. Oh, and now let's see what here's my queen here, Nadia. Yes, abuse robs us of our confidence.
Yeah. Big time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Big time. Huge, Nadia. I totally agree with you. Totally agree. And
almost sometimes I get angry, like, oh, don't take this from me. You're not going to take this from me. Because that's what they do. They're just takers. They suck your energy away. They suck your positivity, right? They just like a vampire,
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's
I call them energy vampires.
And now it's like, it's not happening. And I actually am sort of like, it's not a close relationship, but I am in a contact with, and I know she's a narcissist, very much so. She's got a lot of problems she should have been dealt with years ago, but she projects her problems onto other people. And she did it to me the other day, and it strikes like no response. Don't give her nothing, like nothing. And she's sort of wondering like, like, geez, like what's going on here? Because usually, people fight back, or, even I used to, before I went through my healing, I would, why are you saying that? Like, I don't remember, and it's like, no, nothing, it's on you. It's not me. So you're going to have to figure it out for yourself. Like, I'm not going to do your work for you. Right.
Exactly.
I'm not going to feel your pain. I'm sorry. Like, I'm just not. You got to do it yourself. And, they don't, when they don't get that response, like they're like, ooh, it makes them, as I've researched, it makes them mad. They don't like that because they want that response. They want that. It feeds them, right?
Exactly. It feeds them. And Nadia brought up a good point. Anger is so necessary in the evolution process. Obviously, I felt angry too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you felt angry, and we both felt angry. And Nadia says, oh, that is so toxic. And Nadia is amazing. She is amazing. I had the pleasure of having Nadia on my podcast show too. So Nadia says, I've been through that where I've noticed it and didn't take the bait, just like you said. That really resonates. Exactly.
And when you're used to, I guess I will admit I used to take the bait.
You used to take the bait, okay?
No, or sometimes I would ignore them, but I was always trouble like, why are they doing this? But now, like, I'm empowered and I don't feel that, I know, because I know what they're doing, right? Like, I know the game. Like, I know what's going on now. So, and I know why they do it. So when you understand something, like someone said, understanding isn't necessarily power, but I think in this case, I think understanding is power. Because when you understand narcissism and why they do what they do, um, the projection, the demeaning, the control, then they live in an alternate reality. They make up their own reality. That isn't reality, right? They make it up how they want it to be, right?
Right, exactly.
And you're thinking, it's not like that. Where did they get that from, right? But they make up their own reality to get by, and they're actually very weak human beings, and they portray they're strong, but it's crazy because they're actually very weak, and it's like crazy because you think these people are like they're bullies and you think, wow, they're not. It's the opposite. And so it's crazy. It's nuts,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree with you. And Nadia says, yes, it's so empowering. See? She's 100% right. Nadia, yes, she's 100% right. So I have a question so another thing that I want to talk about is looking back now, how would you describe the blessings of overcoming this chapter of your life? And then after that, we're going to go into what empowered you to write your chapter in the change book.
Okay, so what was the question? How do I feel now that I've...
Yes. So looking back, how would you describe the blessings of overcoming this chapter of your life, meaning you reclaimed your life? So how would you describe that?
I just feel like, all that hard work that I did, 3 years ago, whatever. Like I look back and it was all worth it, all that, struggling and trying to find out what's going on and then working with my subconscious mind. I was doing self-hypnotism and then I became a hypnotist. Like all the hard work, like, and thinking, will I really get through this? Like, it was all worth it, and I sit back and I go, I did it. Like I figured it all out and I did it. And now I can bask, I can bask in the glory that I did it. And I know now, and I'm on the other side, I'm not a victim. I'm not like, like scared. And I'm not like, what are they going to say next? Like, I don't feel any of that. I just feel I feel like a whole person, I feel whole. I feel like me, I felt like, 40 or 30 years ago. And, being able to have fun now and laughing and joking. And, when you're depressed, I mean, you're not feeling good about yourself. You don't do that. But it's mental health is very important, regardless of whatever. But if you don't have good mental health, then a lot of things in your life suffer. And, a lot of things go by the wayside. Like with part of my course is what things have gone by the wayside since you've been in your relationship, because that's what happens. They take over your life and then, oh, that promotion, I won't worry about it right now. I'll wait till next year, So a lot of things go by the wayside when you're in with a narcissist because they take over and it's all about them, right?
Right. That's a good point, because when I was working in corporate America, something similar happened to me, that I was up for a promotion.
Yeah.
And then yeah. But we allow it though.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have to, and on the other side of it, we have to take responsibility. Like on the other side, we have to say, like, why are we attracting these people? Is there something that we have that attracts them to us? Is there a weakness? Is there something that we were lacking that is attracting them? Maybe, and I definitely think if you have a healthy self-esteem and healthy self-worth, the chances of attracting them and being in relationships with them are far less, because
absolutely,
you can see through it, right? Yeah.
Oh, yes, absolutely. We can see right through it now. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about the change book.
Right.
Let's talk about your chapter. So,
Okay.
what inspired you to be a co author in this largest personal development movement in 30 countries? Tell us about that journey.
Um, I got, yeah, I got a message from Karen Butler on my messenger, and she was saying, "I love what you're doing. I like, you're doing the feel good stuff and helping people, and with narcissism, and gaining self esteem back. And I like all this. That's similar to the movement that we're doing with. I didn't know at the time what it was, but she said, "Are you interested? Would you like to be a co-author in this book?" And Tony Robbins' mentor, and there's Jim Lutz. And so I looked into everything, and I sat back and I'm like, what? Like me? Like, geez, I had to give myself a day or two to think about it. But then I thought about it. I thought, gee, like, how could, you can't lose, right? Doing this. So, yeah, she asked me to be in it. She said, both gyms, I've given the green light. And if you'd like to be in it, that'd be just great. We'd love to have you. So I'm like, sure, I'll be in it. Like, to share my story and to share with others, that maybe if they read my story, they'll think, gee, that's exactly what I went through. And look, she did it. I can do it too. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
By
Exactly.
by helping other people, like, um, gee, I went through that too. Like, I could do this. I could heal. Look what she did, right? So just to give people inspiration, and to see that they don't have to live with narcissistic abuse. They don't have to be the partner of someone who demeans them, and they don't have to live that life. They can get out of it. They can make changes. They can have their joyful life back.
Exactly. Exactly. They
Yeah.
can. And
Yeah.
I'm so glad that Karen reached out to you, because Karen reached out to me too last
Okay.
year. And it was one day before I left for Chicago.
Mhm.
And I said, I'll get back to you when I return. And then I signed up. I said, it's a no-brainer. I said,
No,
I had conversations with Jim.
yeah,
And, when I heard that Tony Robbins
yeah,
was behind, and, celebrities, I said, and, coaches and speakers, that moved me and inspired me to write my chapter and share
yeah,
my story, because we do have a story to share with the world.
yeah. And your story, like, I've read your story. It's amazing. Like,
Thank you.
amazing. Like, just what you've done.
Oh, thank you so much.
And you're like me. We just stood up and said, we're not taking this anymore.
Hey, we're not, yeah, we're going to stand up for ourselves. We're going to
Exactly.
stand up for ourselves and amplify our voices,
That's right.
so we can help other women reclaim their power, because guess what? We only have one life to live.
As far as I know.
As far as I know, same here.
We only have
Same.
one. Yeah. So we better try to make the best of it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you're in then book 22, correct?
Yeah, I'm in 22. Yeah, she approached me in the summer. I think it was July. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. That's great. But yes, I remember.
And
Yes,
you're in
mine
20. You're in
launched
20.
1 year ago.
Yeah.
Mine was launched. And what has the book done for you, professionally and personally?
Yeah, well, I've got people, I've got my order in for the book. I've got people wanting to get the book. Friends of
Good.
friends of mine, and people that former clients, they want a copy of the book. I think the book is I think that the book is it's going to be a long ongoing good thing, because like even in a year from now, someone is going to see, gee, you're in the change book. Like, I see your chapter. Like, let's have a talk, right? Like, I think it's going to be an ongoing good thing that we did this, because like the investment will be worth it, because I think it's going to be for a long time.
Right.
And I still have to work out some things that I want to do with the book, like how I want to do it. But I do have like orders, and I do have people like wanting to read the chapter, and I said, and there's other chapters that are just amazing too, right? So
Yeah, there's so
yeah,
many. I've read everything.
yeah,
And the stories are so inspiring. They are so inspiring
yeah.
and empowering.
And when you read them, you just put it down. You go, what can I do today that to be more inspiring?
Exactly. What can we do today to be more inspiring?
Yeah,
Yes.
because
Yes. What can we do today?
yeah,
Exactly.
because the
Exactly.
world, I think the world likes this, and I'm by nature not a negative person. By nature, I am positive. My glass is half full, but I think, and by that's just my personality. I've always been like that. But I think the world tries to condition us to be negative, and well, nuts to that. I'm not going to be doing it. Thanks.
Oh no.
And
Exactly.
I've always
Exactly.
been a little bit of a fighter. I've got some Swedish in me, so I've got that Scandinavian. Like I always will. I keep fighting till I get this right. I'm not going to stop.
Exactly. We're not going to stop.
No.
We're just getting started, everyone.
Getting
We're just getting
started.
started.
Exactly.
We're just in 2025 is around the corner.
Yeah.
The holidays
Yeah.
are coming up and everything. So this would make a great gift idea for,
Exactly.
I was just going to say, it just came to my mind. So
Exactly.
this is a great gift. So what we'll do is in the show notes, we will put the link to Lynn's change book. Okay.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
also her contact information. But before we go, because I'm so inspired by our talk today, what would you say to someone watching who might still feel stuck in a toxic or abusive situation? So what's a special message that you would like to share?
Okay, well, when you're in it, you do feel a little alone, like you do feel like you probably do talk to some people, but you do feel alone. They want to isolate you, and you do feel sometimes like hopeless, and you feel like, is this the only life for me? Is this the way that I'm like my image? Is this who I'm going to be? Like I can't seem to get myself together. I can't seem to do the things I want to do. Like, will this ever change? And yes, it will change. You have to do it though, and you have to want it. You have to want the change. If you don't want it that bad, then it won't happen. Or if you keep, going back to the narcissist and giving in, it's not going to happen. You have to want this, and you have to want to come out of that hole and to be strong and be your own person. Like you have, as they say, desire is 90% of getting it done. So if you have desire for something, I want that. I want that. That is 90% right there because your desire is there. The intention is there. So, and then actions will follow, right? If you don't,
Exactly.
if you don't,
Exactly.
if you don't have that strong desire, it won't happen, and you'll live. Where will your life be in a year from now? It'll just be the same or worse with that narcissist, right? So
And we don't want that. I mean, you have to want it.
that's right.
So, and I tell my clients this. I don't know about you, but I tell them you have to want it, want the transformation.
Oh yeah, I definitely say that to them. That's one of the first things I say in the first coaching module that I do with them is when we have they just tell me their story. It's all about you right now. You tell me what's going on, and then I say at the end, you have to want this because it's work, and you have to want it. You have to really want this. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. 1 or 2 coaching sessions is not going to do it.
No,
You have to want the complete
yeah.
transformation.
Well, it's just not enough. It's just not enough to heal from because narcissistic abuse is it's fairly in there. It's fairly lodged in there. So 1 or 2, it's not going to really do much, right? You need more time. You need more, activity, like things that will help you. Like, and you need, it's your mindset you have to change. It's your thinking. It's your image. It's not your image. It's your it's you. You have to want to, you have to want to up your game. You have to want to make your life better, right?
Exactly.
Versus, I'm just going to be a victim. I'm just going to go, oh, he's too strong. I can't get out of this. I have no money. I can't do it. I can't, no, no, you have to, no excuses. You have to want it, right? So
You have to want it. In fact, I was $50,000 in the hole.
yeah.
And I still want to
Yeah.
transform. I still.
There you go. There you go. Transformation has no price.
Oh yeah, there you go. I love that. And I love what you said about intention. Setting
Yeah.
your intentions. You got to be intentional about this.
That's right. Or it won't work.
Right. It won't work. Exactly. Exactly.
And same with your field also too, like with your
Right.
transformation. It's similar, like, and maybe even more, like you have to really you have to want change. Like as the book called The Change. You have
The
to
change.
want
Right. Exactly. Exactly. The change. Here we go, everyone.
change.
Here we go. Here we go. Now, we're coming up to, the top of the hour very soon. So what I would like to do is promote your coaching services, or resources. So how can people get in touch with you?
Okay, well, my email. My email is LynnMC. Yeah, you have it there, lynnmc@live.ca. They can email me.
Good.
Yeah, and I'm on Facebook, Lynn McIntosh, relationship coach. I have my logo up there. It's in red.
Very good. Yes, and I love your cover photo, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Love your cover photo.
Yeah, reclaiming your life and joy after leaving a toxic relationship. You'll see it right there, Lynn McIntosh. And you can leave me a direct message. I'll answer right away. Yeah, I guess email, direct message is. I have a YouTube channel, but I guess I do have a YouTube channel too.
Let me put that in. Okay.
Lynn McIntosh, relationship coach.
Okay.
Like yourself, I'm almost up to 1,000 subscribers.
There you go.
And I also have a Facebook group. It's called Find Joy After Leaving a Toxic Relationship.
Okay, so repeat that again. And let me just abbreviate. Facebook group and say that again.
Find Joy.
Find joy.
Yeah, after leaving
a
toxic relationship.
A toxic relationship. Okay.
And you can join that. And I daily post videos. Everyone's welcome to comment, make their own posts. It's all good.
Good.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And it's growing. It's growing too. So I've had it for a while, but it's up to almost 600.
That's a lot. That's a lot of women. That's great.
Yeah. So I just had 4 join the other day, and I was one girl. She wants to, have a call. So I put out, really, I try to get material that will get their attention and hit the pain points, and really makes them think, like, geez, like, what am I doing? Like, why am I in this? This is nuts. Like,
exactly.
That's right. This is how I feel. What she just said in there, her post, that's just how I feel. Ugh, So I try to get posts that make them really think, and
exactly.
That's what I like. I like when I see a post and it really like, wow, that grabs my attention. But not only that, but to make them understand, that they can heal from this, and that, they can, it is possible,
Absolutely. Absolutely. So ladies, if you would like to join Lynn's Facebook group, please type in the search Find Joy After Leaving a Toxic Relationship, and please follow Lynn on her YouTube channel, which is Lynn McIntosh Relationship Coach. You can also direct message Lynn on her Facebook page and also send her an email. And there is something that I want to show you. Okay. So here is Nadia. Empowerment is addicting. Absolutely.
It is.
Oh yeah. Tell me about it. It's very addicting.
You want more and more of it every day.
That's right. You want more and more of it every single day. And I totally agree with you. And yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Lynn, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be a guest on my podcast show. And I'm so happy and blessed that we've connected because of the Change Book series movement, I call. Okay, so please, viewers, please subscribe and please share this video out with someone who needs to hear this message. Okay, so share this out with your friends. Share this out in a Facebook group. Share the live out. Share the live out, as we say.
That's right.
People who need to hear this message. And Lynn, thank you so much for being on the show. Please stay in the green room for 2 minutes. And everyone, this podcast episode is coming to a close. So this will be uploaded on my Spotify tomorrow morning. And we are also going to be repurposing some content, and that will go on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And I have a special announcement to make that I will be deleting my TikTok channel as of January 1st. So please follow me on Instagram, Angeline_Constantinu, and Let's Break the Silence. And also follow me here on my YouTube channel, like and subscribe. Please go to my YouTube channel right now. And because we're going to have more episodes coming and special announcements for 2025. All right, everyone. So have a beautiful day, and we will see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye now.